with mixed martial arts. Let's meet our fighters. Coming to the cage from Arkansas, please welcome, make some noise right now for Shade McPeak.
We're just getting started, our first MMA fight of the night, and Shade McPeak. And, you know, when you've got your first fight, that adrenaline dump's going to happen at some point, right, Myron?
Yeah, there's definitely going to be an adrenaline dump, especially a show like XFN. This is the best show in the Midwest. There's going to be the bright lights. You're on UFC Fight Pass. There's a lot of athletes around here. So it's just, how are you able to handle that pressure your first time in? And I'm looking forward to see how this goes, because this is also going to be 2-minute rounds. So there's not a whole lot of time for them to get comfortable, and it leads for a lot of scrambles.
That's right. So it looks like he's in his corner, and we're going to get Casey to give the introduction of who Shade McPeak is going to be taking on. So let's go to Casey inside the cage.
And his opponent coming to the cage for this mixed martial arts battle. Please make some noise for Evan Zumstien.
Evan Zumstien is making his way to the cage. He fought in February. He lost just a TKO in the second round, but in kickboxing, he won via split decision. So this is somebody with Team Strike that has a good amount of experience. We've seen Team Strike on XFN before, Myron, and they don't lose their cardio. This is a team of fighters that what they're doing at that camp is impressive with their fighters.
Yeah, Team Strike's been around for a long time. Excellent striking. And like you said, getting that kickboxing background, that definitely helps stepping into MMA, because you're already used to getting hit. You're not just doing the jiu-jitsu tournaments. You've had that combat action before, and it typically carries over if you can defend the takedown.
And when you are coming in and another guy is having his first fight, do you almost feel maybe overconfident?
Yeah, a little overconfident if you haven't had that loss yet, and so it can be your downfall, but you just gotta remember that, hey, anything can happen in this sport. Never let your guard down.
That's right. That's what we love about mixed martial arts here on Extreme Fight Night 386, live at River Spirit Casino in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I should say, on UFC Fight Pass. We've got our official announcements for the start of the first fight with Casey Loop inside the cage.
Thank you to our one blow KO ring girl. Let's meet our fighters one more time. This is mixed martial arts, 3 rounds of 2 minutes apiece, gentlemen. Fighting out of the Regal blue corner, he fights out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Weighed in at 142 pounds. This is Shade McPeak. And across the cage, fighting out of the arena, red corner, fighting out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Weighed in at 145 pounds. This is Evan Zumstien. 3 rounds, 2 minutes apiece. Our referee is Mr. Kevin Super Kicks Nicks. Are you ready? Yes, here we go.
All right, the cage door is locked, and Shade McPeak is in the full black trunks, while Evan Zumstien is in the black and green immediate flying knee, and then Shade returned with an overhand right. Good start to the first fight of the night here on Extreme Fight Night.
Yeah, action-packed already. McPeak staying tight, stalking, trying to get go against the cage, into the clinch against the wall.
There is a height difference, obviously,
yes,
Myron, between the two, but it doesn't seem to bother Shade McPeak at all.
No, he's loving this. He's able to get inside and get the dumps right here. There we go, straight into side control.
Like a single leg takedown there from Shade.
Nice stand up. Right here is important. Can you stand back up after the takedown? And you can. Now he's got his opponent against the cage with a headlock as well. Head a little high. To see if Zumstien can crunch down on his right lat. Bend his opponent's head to the side.
Oh, he's
Let's see if he can get him here against the cage. He can press his hips into him. If he presses his right lat down, he can get the finish.
He's
the
got
left elbow up high.
Tight. He's got it pretty tight.
Oh,
Shade is fighting for it.
Oh, he's fighting hard for it.
But there he goes. He's locking that leg in, Myron.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, and he got free.
A lot of people would have found that as a way to get out of the fight and tap, but that's what I love to see. Don't panic. Find your way out of there.
Well, and talk about the arm burn that Evan Zumstien might be experiencing right now.
Yes, the arms are definitely getting heavy right now. And coming from that striking background, it can play a factor as far as your hand speed and the efficiency of your punches. Straight into side control again. And again, he's squeezing on that head. He might want to let this go and start working his frames and see if he can stand up. Although he did stand up just off of pure athleticism with that headlock. I'd like to see him let that go and get to his frames. There he goes with it again. Eating punches, let's go. Let's see if he gives up his back. A head and arm choke from the standing position.
Evan is got the one with the arm up there, and
yes.
Shade is finding himself in that same position just based on height. And
yes.
trying to get a double leg. He didn't have his arms connected, so he had to let it go. And Evan again goes for the neck. There's a confusion in the audience because of what's on the cloud, but the official timekeeper is right in front of the fighters.
Nice. Zumstien doing a good job keeping his back to the cage, not giving up the rear naked choke. But McPeak relentless with these takedowns, especially up against the cage. He wraps up the legs into side control again. Zumstien attacking the arm. Maybe he can use it to stand up or flip his opponent over. McPeak doing a good job staying heavy, but he's going to turn it over.
Is he going to get saved by the bell there? And
I do
there
believe
it is
so.
right there. So it's the end of round number 1 between Evan Zumstien and Shade McPeak. And Myron, we saw a good back and forth between the two. We saw a submission attempt by both fighters with the guillotine from Evan and then the standing arm choke from Shade. So it feels pretty even.
Yeah, it's been a firefight so far, and like we called it, they came out guns a-blazing. Zumstien immediately with that adrenaline dump and the flying knee, but then after that, McPeak came in there with that grappling conditioning. Let's see how both fighters hold up in this second round.
And what would you be telling Evan if you were in his corner right now, Myron?
If I was Evan's coach, I'd tell him to stay a little bit lower because of the height difference. When you overextend that lead jab, McPeak's going to get right under it and fit right in. You're going to find yourself in a bad position. So go ahead and drop those hands and lower your stance a little bit.
And what should we see from Shade?
Hey, rinse and repeat. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, he definitely is pushing Evan to kind of keep up. You know, one of my favorite mantras is have them fight to breathe. That way they're not fighting you.
Yes, good one.
And here we go. Shade is in the all-black trunks, delivering that overhand right there.
Nice right hand.
And Evan is in the black with green trunks and the chest tattoo.
The Pac-Man. That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, yeah, that's sick. Nice setup, little jabs right here. Shade looking to close the distance again. Evan with the low kick. Overhand straight into the body. Nice body. There we go with the flurs.
Look at the combinations from Shade, just putting the punishment on, just delivering it body. And great work from Shade McPeak. Body, head.
The punches just aren't having that same zap because of the grappling exchanges. Now McPeak, he figured out he's getting in so good he just doesn't have to go for the takedown. He's realizing he can hit him with these looping punches on the inside, and that's what we're starting to see here. Jabs starting to look a little labored.
That combination work from Shade seems to have caught up with him.
Yes. And now let's see if Evan can pick back up on the striking cardio, see if that takes over the fight. He's picking away with that jab, and sometimes that's all you need with the small gloves on. Nice jab, circling off the cage, and that's what you need to do to not get taken down. Because at any point at this fight, Shade could decide to take it to the ground and get it. Nice jabs, keeping him away, and that's what you need to do. You got to create that roadblock while not going straight back in a line. So Evan's doing a good job jabbing and then circling to the power side. Nice knee up the middle. Right hand down the middle.
Shade is ducking to kind of telegraph that punch.
Yes, and at the same time he's got to watch out for that knee coming up in the middle, and I think that's what we were about to see. Yes. Nice overhand straight into the clinch.
Got his legs locked there. Taking him down. Oh, he's going to go for more.
Looking for the Kimura control. Shade's looking to pass straight into mount. Evans working his way back to the wall. Let's see if he can use that to stand up. Nice, into the reversal. And now you don't have to pass the guard right here, especially as a striker. Work your ground and pound, especially if your opponent's a grappling. He's going to close his legs up, but he doesn't. He kicks away to stand up, turns his back, eats a couple in the process. 1-2. Oh, but head is up, gets countered. Doesn't seem to phase him. Picking away with the shots now.
Yeah, Evan is smelling blood. He's trying to go to work before the end of the round. Look at both guys delivering. Look at that overhand right from Shade. And that's the end of round number 2. You know, we saw the beginning of that round, Myron, and it was kind of a little bit all Shade, and because of the exhaustion, it kind of, you know, piffled out, and then we saw just a fury from Evan. There's the replay from Shade giving some punches there to Evan.
Nice inside body work, basically like in the gym, working the heavy bag. He saw that the grappling exchanges labored his opponent, Evan, a little bit, and now I see he can work the striking. But in the process of throwing those flurries, as the grappler, he got tired doing the striking, and now Evan's starting to pick it up. Let's see who's going to win this last round.
Yeah, it was a great round. It had its highlights for sure, as we are live at Extreme Fight Night here on UFC Fight Pass, and we are in our first MMA fight of the night. We've got Evan Zumstien against Shane McPeak, and we are set for round number 3. Shade is going to be in the black trunks, and Evan will be in the black and green trunks. How do you have this entering the 3rd round, Myron?
Man, it's a very close match, honestly, depending on how you look at it. It really could come down to who wants it more this 3rd round. And mad respect to these fighters, because this is amateurs, and there's blood all on my scorecards, on our phones, and they're doing it for the love. They're not getting paid. They just love doing this. Oh. Nice. Coming back with the counters.
I look for a minute there. Evan was trying to
bully heavy low kick in the late round. Those are going to do some damage. McPeak answers back with the flurry of punches while Evan circles back. Over the top with the overhand.
That body, he has that overhand right every time when he goes to the body on Evan.
Nice low kick. McPeak's got to answer those. I know it's the 3rd round, but you got to, these typical team strike right there, they can go all day on the feet, so you got to check that low kick. He does a smart answer right there by countering the low kick with a takedown. Best time to get it.
Yeah, he's got him up against the cage, and Evan looks like he's comfortable right there.
Yeah, he better not get too comfortable, because he's got his legs wrapped up right now, so it's preventing that stand-up. And again, it comes down to this last round. There's a lot of control right here, and this is winding down time on the clock in McPeak's favor.
Yeah, even though he's taking his time, I don't know if he's got it to be climbing him. And there goes Evan standing up, and look.
Going for a ride.
Wrestler picking up Evan Zumstien and throwing him down.
Mad props for doing that in the 3rd round when you're exhausted. And look at Evan, he's working the stand-up again too.
Trying to get him locked in.
See if he's going for this last-minute guillotine. McPeak does the right thing, go to the other side. Looks like he's going to go for the dump again, but let's see if he can get caught up right here.
What does Shade need to do? Is he doing the right thing by climbing? Oh, he's out, he's out! Evan Zumstien gets the win in the end. A submission in the 3rd round by Evan Zumstien to start us off on Extreme Fight Night 386.
Wow.
What a way for the fighters to show strength and keep pushing through, Myron, and we see Evan go for that submission that we saw in the 1st round that Shade had no problem fighting through, but the exhaustion just caught up with him, and he couldn't hold on anymore.
Yeah, you saw him going for it earlier in the round when his opponent was fresh. He couldn't quite get it, but he was also using that guillotine as a good unorthodox way to stand back up to your feet, and then he ended up finding that in the 3rd round and sunk it in.
Yeah, it was a great fight. Shade should have nothing to complain about with that. And when that time we saw Evan, he held on. He was not going to make the same mistake. He was almost picking him up off the ground. Here is the replay, Myron. And the work there from Evan Zumstien, and Shade doing his best to fight back. And he went for the
Nice.
takedown right there. He tried to climb the legs and lock
Yes.
the legs up.
He was doing all the right things. He just left his head up a little high. Oh, look at this dunk. Look at the energy to do that in the third round. Very impressive.
And then there's the stand-up where he had the guillotine.
Oh, that's tight.
He had him, and then he just starts picking him up. You can see
Yes.
the shade.
Oh,
Yeah, he
Oh
was
my
out right
goodness.
there. Yeah, he was
Oh,
out for
that's-
a while.
that's a violent finish.
Yeah.
Tap out from standing guillotine out of the red corner, Evan Zumstien.
Woo-wee.
What a finish for Evan Zumstien, getting the win here at Extreme Fight Night, our first fight in the books. And we are all set. We are running.